Now this Apple and this Apple are as famous as each other. iPhones are some of the most popular smartphones. Despite their higher prices and in spite of the lower prices offered by the competition, so many people still aspire to own an iOS device. They are actually considered a status symbol in developing markets. Now Apple just didn't stumble into this title out of nowhere. It was a meticulous plan followed to the T. In this post-PC era, for so many people, iPhones are the only device they ever need to cater to their computing needs. The iPhone 15s and the future 16s and 17s might be the king of the jungle, but there is one iPhone model that always manages to get us all excited: the iPhone SE. The SE gives us the same experience as its top-tier brothers, but at a fraction of the cost. The first and second generations were a breakaway success, the third, not so much. But still, we are all excited about the fourth gen, even though Apple hasn't released a smidge of information regarding the device. And this silence has given way to a slew of rumors, speculations, and leaks that litter the nooks and crannies of the internet. The 4th Gen SE is said to be based on the iPhone 14, with an LED display, supporting a USB-C port, the new 48 megapixel camera that is on the top tier models, and the action button that debuted on the 15 Pros. But these rumors that come from some of the most reliable leakers in the industry, however exciting, do not sound very possible to me. And here are my reasons. SE is the budget option to get into the Apple ecosystem, which offers very little compromises to the user experience and even puts its Android competition to shame in so many ways. But that doesn't mean that Apple doesn't cut corners where it can to make the device as affordable as it is. If you look at the history of the model, the SE has never been as revolutionary as the mainline iPhones. There's no new tech or feature introduced to the SE. Each new generation of the SE supports a technology that has matured and cheapened enough to enable a $300 to $450 price point. The chassis is always from a few generations older mainline model with very minimal redesigns. The only external redesign on the 2nd Gen SE was that the Apple logo was shifted a few millimeters. It was based on the iPhone 8, which was basically the same as 7, that was heavily inspired by the 6 and 6S. The screen, the camera, everything else was the same. This very reason makes the SE4 very unlikely to come out this year, or even the next. The major contenders to become the donor of the chassis were the iPhone XR, the mini series, and the 13 and the 14 series. But the XR has been discontinued for so long that reintroducing this chassis will not be cost effective. The mini series were also a flop, so they are also out of question. The only viable option left now is the 13 or the 14, but that's also very unlikely. Now that Apple has been forced to adopt USB-C for iPhones, it makes the SE even more desirable. But changing the port on the old chassis constitutes a redesign and retooling of the factories, making these bodies which will make the price of SE go higher. The introduction of new screen and camera is also questionable because SE is a budget device that gives premium performance at a low price by cutting costs in parts like screen. The previous iPhone boasted a small LCD screen which held no comparison to that on the mainline iPhone. Introducing an iPhone that not only has the internals of the top-tier phones, but also has a redesigned chassis and the upgraded screens and cameras will not only make the phone so expensive, but will also negate any difference from the base iPhone 15. In my opinion, the next-gen iPhone SE is not due until at least 2026. What do you think?